afternoon, everyone. We are back. Welcome in for those that are watching on Twitch. Thank you for that raid, Reaper. If you guys aren't following Mr. MP7 Reaper, go give him a follow. And for those of you watching on YouTube, welcome in. We are trying something today. We are trying to do a multi-stream. We're gonna see how it works. By the way, for those that are on Twitch that don't know that I have a YouTube, click that pinned link up at the top there and head on over and drop a subscription or subscribe. And if you feel like it, hit that like button on the video. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's see how well we can do with this stream. Thank you. How's it going, Paul? Welcome in, y'all. But we are on NF Marsch 4X map. And we're going to be, let me switch the thing over here. I will be still playing on this map from time to time after 25 comes out, FS25 comes out. And you know, because I'm in that kind of a process right now, let me go ahead and push that. If you guys haven't yet, I am a Giants partner, and if you haven't bought the game yet, hit that link right there and you can pre-order it. And what that does is that helps the channel possibly get to bronze status, which means that in the future, be it future DLCs, future game releases, whatever, I will be able to bring you pre-release stuff, tell you all my opinions, my thoughts, show you guys whatever you guys want to see, and yeah, it helps the channel out a little bit monetarily, not a whole lot, but the main thing is it will get early access so I can show you guys the new stuff and tell you all my thoughts on it. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the game. Here we go. And I do believe that link came up in both chats. Yeah, YouTube. Okay, there it is. Let's see. So let me get caught up in chat. Going to be the mostest, bestest FS22 5 FS. Dear Lord. Gonna be the bestest, most. So this is over on Twitch from Jeffro. Says MP7 Reaper going to be the bestest. Well, if I can read it here. The mostest, bestest FS25 modder. To send all questions to Reaper, he will answer everything day or night. Reaper says all lies. Yeah, I agree with that. What else did I miss in chat? Aussie's in chat. See, Gaming Mama says, for those over on YouTube, even if you don't feel like it, hit the like button. Thumbs up. Aussie says, what's YouTube? It's this other website that's mainly for videos, but some crazy people try it and stream over there. Reaper, been in the shop. Okay, just gonna changing. Oh, hanging head and shame. Okay. Jeffro missed Reaper's stream. And I think that's pretty much it. Welcome in. Yes, Reaper, you're in Hawaii now. So, the game's not showing up for some reason. Let's go ahead and try and fix that. Maybe because I'm not focused on the game yet. Maybe. There we go. youngins. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here. I think. Oh, it's nighttime, and it's. Is it raining? Maybe. No, it says the sun's shining, even though it's dark. So we're gonna go ahead and sleep till 6 a.m. Go. All right. Let's see. Some of this stuff should have already rendered in. Go visit over here. No, it's still got a ways to go. Let's turn on our jetpack. I need to unplug this mouse because this cord's driving me nuts. There we go. Now we can move it wherever we want. Growing still. So 1, 2, 3 is growing. What about 19? 19 is almost done. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it flips over growth states at 7 a.m. And so we will see whether that can be harvested today. Almost done. As of right now, we just have 11 and 12 to do. We also have this to plant. This is the biggest field on the map. And if we go here, 108.58 hectares. So yeah, we've got this one to take care of, which, if these are going to turn over at 7 a.m., about an hour, we might go ahead and start planting this. And then once we get that done, if we get that done during this stream, we will do some harvesting. Because we've got these, which are sorghum. Yeah. Sorghum's ready to harvest. So let's go ahead and jump in the tractor. Find the right tractor. That's the right tractor. All right. We're in the class. And we need a seeder. Let's go. Let's see if I can find it. I don't do a whole lot of the seeding. I mainly on this server do harvesting and baling. I'm gonna. That's the wrong shed. Thank you, Enduro, for the chicken song over on Twitch. Not sure if that played over on YouTube. All right, so the blue one is the one we want. Just go over here and open this door. You guys aren't checking out Mr. Enduro as soon as it pops up, go check him out. He is another awesome streamer, Enduro39 over on Twitch. Yeah. Enduro's a master landscaper with Farm Sim and Out of Ore. Welcome in, Enduro. Again. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do this. There we go. There's a shout out for Enduro. Alright. So, what do we want to plant? Let's look at our thing here. Because that field is going to give a huge yield, no matter what, because of the size. I guess wheat. You're very welcome. I guess wheat it is. We'll plant wheat there. Everything is full. Go. There we go. Get her done. So hold on, I need to look and plan out my route. Even though, yes, I could use auto drive, I'm not going to. So if I go straight up that way. No, not popo lights. I think it's just red lights. Red flashy lights. So go between 12 and 11, or 12 and 10 there. Up, over, that way. All right. See, I show you what they look like. We'll just do this. We'll have this guy go. That is 78. If I'm not mistaken, that's 78. Right? 78, 78. Yeah. Go. Oh, it doesn't have purple lights on. Let's do this. And this. And then... Let me see. I gotta see where it's at. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Nope. I don't know where it's at. Turn light. There we go. Beacon lights. Yes. Gonna apply. There we go. Alright. But we're headed to 78. We are gonna do some wheat. And go from there. Very flashy. Try to get red underglow, but unfortunately, the tractor doesn't have that option. Y'all know me and my red. Well, that looks more orange than red. Well, he didn't take the route I would have. Welcome in, Arch. Right. By the way, how is the stream looking? This is the first time I'm doing the multi-stream thing. It's just a test. All right, cool. It was giving me issues earlier. Awesome. Yeah. Unfortunately, due to, I guess, my GPU driver update, I can't do the whole Twitch broadcast or enhanced broadcast thing anymore, which, whatever. But as long as everything's working and looks like it is, then that's good enough for me. In the future, I will probably end up doing mainly farm sim streams, multi-stream, and then the Orebound stuff and ukulele practice is only going to be on Twitch. And I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm not saying it's not going to happen. If I do any kind of modding stuff for Farming Simulator, that will be also multi-streamed. I feel like there's not a whole lot of modding streams or videos on YouTube. Right, we're backing up. Okay, so let's go ahead and try and line up. I'm not saying I am or I'm not. I said maybe if I do them. Y'all know me too well because so I will say this. For those that got, and I don't know how many people know this, but if you have the game bought the game through Giants, or you want to key through either my stream or another stream, and it's a Giants key, you can actually preload the game now. I did it on my personal computer. I did it Friday, and it took about hour, maybe hour and a half just to download. I did it on the server yesterday, and it took, well, I kind of set it and forget it, but when I started it, it said it was going to take about 3 to 4 hours. Came back 3 to 4 hours later, and it was done. So I don't know if it got done in 1 hour or 2 hours or what, but it was definitely slower yesterday. But with that, especially for the modders out there, I'm gonna say this. You cannot play the game, obviously, because your key will not work until launch. But that would be nice, but I know why you can't. And I know why it's only a Giants thing, because they want to sell more copies directly from them. Which, I mean, I can't blame them for. Part of making money. Let's see. Turn on this real quick. 1 second, I will, I need to go to... Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me turn my speed down a little bit. All right, so we want to go to N. Go to customize. Do we not have that option? Oh. Oh well. So some tractors, like base game tractors, if you have precision farming installed, you can get the crop scanner installed so it's automatic on the tractor. Some modded tractors you can if it was set up for it. This one unfortunately wasn't. And what that does is that lets you apply just the right amount of fertilizer on the field. But since we don't have that option, oh well. As I was saying, if you preload, you can access the XMLs. Like when the game comes out, like for modding. With 22, there's a data folder with all the XMLs for vehicles and whatnot. And that's something that you can do because when you preload it, installs the game. I found this out the other day. But it's still locked because you can't activate it. So I was looking in there. I have the itch already. And I've not touched anything. On purpose. Because I don't want to do anything until the game comes out. And I've played it. And I know what's what. Oh. Save. Because I want to play vanilla for at least a couple weeks, if not a month. Of course, I can tell you probably the first mod that we will throw in, or I will throw in, is a converted cultivator, because there are no square plows. Alright, so we're going to bring this over here. That and judging by some of the streams that I've seen, and because I've not used the, let's see, do we have it on here? No, we don't, because we don't have that DLC on here. The parsnip harvester. I've not used it in 22, and apparently it doesn't have a capacity on it. So you have to have a trailer following you, tractor and trailer following you at all times. That's probably the first thing I'm going to edit, is to add a capacity to that. Because, yeah. I mean, on multiplayer, it's doable. But single player, it's a pain in the butt. And it's really not hard to do that kind of stuff. But how many people in chat have been watching any of the pre-release stuff? And what are your thoughts? I'll go in a little bit on my thoughts. If there's anybody that doesn't want any spoilers, let me know, and I won't say anything. Alright, we're gonna do this. We're gonna back up. Go over here. We want to hear all thoughts. Because chances are your thoughts are probably the same as mine. All right, we're gonna overlap here. And then, of course not. So what we're gonna do, we'll go close to that line like that. We're overlapping the edge of the field. This isn't gonna be straight by any means, but it gets the job done. There we go. All right. I think what I might do, because it's already almost 6:30 a.m. in game. So once I get a couple headlands done with this field, I am going to go ahead and hire a worker, which I tend not to do, but as big of a field as this is, I'm not going to sit here all day. Got this going. Got it overlap so that way we don't miss anything. The thing I hate the most is missed spots, be it seeding, or I should say planting, harvesting, plowing, cultivating. Can't stand missed spots. Spraying. Although spraying, I kind of have to deal with it because if the spot got oversprayed from the other row, then yeah, there's not much you can do about it. All right. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to be coming, like, mod-wise. What kind of things are going to be coming out in 25? Especially from Fed Action, which are the makers of this map. And I can't remember the name. I think it's Farmer Andy, the guy that did or does Hofbergman. That's a map that as soon as it comes out, I will definitely go ahead and start up a single player on that map. Just because I feel like in 22 I found that map so late. And there's so many other things going on that I didn't give the map the playthrough that I wanted. And it's a bit too late to do that now. All right. And I promise I'm not drunk. It's just how I naturally drive. All over the place. Go around this corner. And then this should be the final stretch. And if we do this, no, okay. Okay, lines, you can go away now. Go this way, go that way, no, go this way, no, go that way. There you go, thank you. Give me a few minutes and I'll need the lines. Perfect. Got that done. Back her up. Go that way. And then that. No, not that one. What are my... Okay, this all wheel. Nice. That's what I wanted. There we go. Let's get her done. Got on cruise. Take a drink of water. There we go. All right. But as far as this week's streams go, I will not be streaming tomorrow. I'm hoping to get stuff set up, like the server and whatnot, but I don't think I'll be able to do that until Tuesday. Tuesday, the plan is stream starting at 10:30 a.m. Hawaiian Standard Time. That'll be over both on Twitch and YouTube. I'll probably go until about from 10:30 to about 3 p.m. and then I'll take a couple hour break and get the server set up, have dinner, and then I'll be back around 7 p.m. maybe 6:30, depends. 7 p.m. hopefully, and we will be breaking multiplayer. That is the plan. I won't go into my rant. I will just say one of the biggest things that I'm eager to see that I haven't seen in any pre-release stuff is how hosting or dedicated servers work. There are bugs in 22 that I'm hoping got fixed in 25. Oh, we're gonna break multiplayer. And I'm not gonna be upset if we do, because I want to break multiplayer. And the only way, basically my plan is this. I'm thinking separate farms, at least 2 farms. Maybe not all 4 of us, but 2 farms. See how the production aspect is. See how placing fences and grapes and olives is. See about removing fences, removing grapes, removing olives, because right now in 22 on the server, they will throw massive Lua call stacks, and you'll have to crash your server and reboot it, and then take the game into single player and fix them. So that's something that we're going to be testing. As far as productions, currently, if you have 2 farms going on the server, you cannot, like, and one farm buys, say, the grain mill. The other farm, it treats it as a sell point, essentially. And the farm that owns the grain mill doesn't get the crop. People that deposit it get the money, and it just doesn't work as it should. I think in some cases, the way it works, I haven't tried this since 22 came out. And I know they haven't done much in the form of a multiplayer upgrade as far as productions go in the 3-year lifespan. But it used to be that you couldn't even drop stuff off at some places unless you were the farm that owned it. And I'm hoping, for the sake of multiplayer, that was fixed, because I think it would be cool to have like competing farms, one doing animal stuff, one doing, say, cereal crops, and one doing root crops kind of thing. And then of course, if the cereal crops let's see, if the animal farm, basically the ranch, owns the animal food mixer or whatever productions come with the animal stuff, the dairy, and say they need, take the animal food mixer for example, say they need corn or sorghum or potatoes or carrots, whatever, then the root crop farm can go ahead and say, oh, I've got a bunch of carrots, let me go ahead and I will sell these to you. And then they can drop them off and they'll get paid for it, or they can just drop it off for nothing. And it'll work that way, where each farm can drop stuff off at another farm's production, may not be able to interact, like take the products out of the production or anything, but you can at least drop it off. That's how I would like to see it, but again, we don't know what they've done. And the other thing, which kind of moot at this point, because I do own 2 copies of Farm Sim. The other big thing for me was there's no other game, no other multiplayer simulation game that I know of that requires you to pay for 2 copies of the game or each DLC to self-host your own dedicated server. Giants is the only one. So what that means is, if you have a spare computer just sitting here, and you're like, I want to host a server just for a few friends and whatnot, good luck. You will need to make sure you have a second copy of the game bot. And if there's any DLC that you want on the server, you have to make sure that you buy a second copy of that as well. And the example I give is American Truck Simulator. They're relatively new to base game multiplayer, dedicated servers. But the way they did it really knocked it out of the park. With ATS, I've tried it before, to set up a dedicated server. Hey, can we do this? Yes, we can. Welcome in, gamer. How are you doing? By the way, we are currently multi-streaming over on YouTube as well, and Twitch. If you click the link at the top of the window, there's a link to my YouTube. And I will be doing that for farming sim streams in the future. And as long as the computers can handle it. But going back to that, the way ATS does multiplayer, dedicated server multiplayer, you go to Steam, you can click on tools, click, well, hold on. Let's just set this guy to go. And I can tab out, where is Steam? Steam. All right. I'm not doing too bad. So we want to go to display capture real quick. So you go to Steam, click here where it says games and software. Uncheck that, and then you click tools. And then you see right here, American Truck Simulator Dedicated Server. Click that, click install. Super easy to do. You don't need to buy multiple copies of the game, and I'm sure that tractor's probably trying to... Yep, there he goes. He can swim, though. I knew that was going to happen. But you don't have to buy multiple copies of the game. The way DLCs work is you go into your game with whatever mods that you want on the server, whatever DLCs that you want enabled. You have them enabled on your client. Then you can enter a command. It'll spit out 2 files. Put those files over in the server. You've got all the mods and all the DLCs that your game has without having to download anything to the server. I haven't tried non-Steam mods, but I believe it's pretty much the same thing. One of these days I will have to try that. But to me, that is how multiplayer should be. It doesn't cost you extra. Right. And if you don't want, say, like, I don't have Steam installed on my server computer. So, let me go ahead and do this first. Over to that one. I don't have Steam installed on my server PC, but there is a command line Steam called Steam CMD, and it does exactly the same thing. You just put in the game code, tell it where you want it to install, and poof, it's done. Then you go launch the server, set up the config file, put your the files that your client game of ATS spit out, put those in there, you're done, start the server, good to go. Yep, comes with the poof sound and all. And yes, I said poof with an F. Give me a second. Oh man. Sorry about that, chat. But yeah, it's super easy, and even setting up a 7 days die server. Granted, it's not a simulation game; it's a survival game. But even that is just as easy as the ATS thing that I said is. What's different between those servers and a farming simulator server is with farming simulator, when you're buying a key, you get the whole entire game. You download everything. Everything that I had to download to play this right now, I had to download to run this server. So you have all the data files, all the UI stuff, even though it's literally just a command window that's open up on that server. all it is a command window. But they package it with the game instead of just saying, yeah, here's the server files. This is all you need. Go ahead, run it. You can have it for free. You don't have to pay for whatever. That's all it is. Just need a few. I don't know how their server software is. I do know it comes with the web portal. But it's literally you install the game, set up the ports and password and username thing for the web portal. Once you launch it, brings up the classic farm sim web portal, and then you go in and say, okay, I want to play on this map. This is the port I want for the game to be on or to show through. And then you just start the game up, or you add your mods if you're playing modded, whatnot, and then you start the game up. It's simple, but because you're getting the whole game and everything, whereas ATS and 7 days servers take at most it takes 5 minutes to download. Giants, if there's an update, it will take the same amount of time it takes to download a game. The game on your computer is the same amount of time it takes to download the server update. So it could range, depending on the size of an update, it could range from 20 minutes to an hour to 2 hours. It depends on the size of the update and how crowded their servers are. And I'll say I've ran Farm Sim, I've ran ATS for a minute. I've done multiple 7 days, multiple Minecraft servers. Those are the ones that I have personal experience with. I dabbled with Ark a little bit, but I can't really comment on that because that, are we almost? No, we still have 6 minutes. Because I didn't really deal with the Ark one much. But out of all those servers, 7 days, Minecraft, Farm Sim, ATS, by far ATS was the simplest to set up, and Farm Sim is probably the most complex, most pain in the butt. Just because, especially when it comes to updates, all those other ones, like I said, take at the most 10 minutes. Farm Sim, if the update just came out, you're looking at some time. You're looking at least 30 minutes at minimum. Let's see, there we go. That's minimum. And if it's a busy time of day, it could be over an hour. And as somebody, this could just be a me thing. As somebody that's running a server, the thing I hate the most is downtime. I hate for a server to be down any longer than it has to. I hate for it to be down for hours to get things fixed. That's why when a farming simulator update comes out, I hold off because number one, mods are usually broken, and we usually play with mods. So I hold off until we launch it in single player and see whether we have anything majorly broken. If we do, then we don't update. We wait until those mods get fixed. If there's nothing severely broken to the point where it just doesn't work and throws Lua at call stacks, then we'll think about updating. But I will make sure to do it not the day of. Usually, maybe that night or the next day. Because the other thing, because of where I am, by the time I wake up, so I say by the time I get on the computer, it's usually about 9:30, 10 a.m. Hawaiian time. And that's already, let's see, about 2 p.m., especially with the time change recently. About 2 p.m. EST, and who knows what time overseas. Which is pretty much when people get off work. Shortly after that is when people get off work. And so they're at home, they're downloading the update, whatever. Servers are usually super busy. So by the time nighttime 7 p.m. comes around for me, it's usually about midnight Eastern time. Not a lot of people are on. People are just starting their day overseas, and a lot less people trying to get to the server, download stuff. But yeah, basically all that to say, it would be nice if Giants redid the way that you run servers. We are coming up with, on Twitch, we have an ad break coming up in about a minute and a half. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna step away for about 3 minutes on both Twitch and YouTube. I will run the ads and then I'll be back, and we'll probably end up hiring a helper. Just because it is almost 7 a.m. in game, and I do want to do some harvesting if it's ready. There we go. Get that going. Let's see. How are we doing here? So I'll finish this headland. That one, and then that one, and then back to there. And then once I get back to there, start going up and down. All right, see y'all in about 3 minutes. Let me stop this dude. Turn him off so he doesn't waste. And see you guys in a few. All right, we are back on both sides of the stream. Oh, I guess we need to turn this guy back on. There we go. Thank you, Gamer for Life. All right. We are going, chugging along here. Pump this up a little bit. There we go. All right. So we are working on wheat in the biggest field on the map. It's nitrogen. Is that red because I don't have the thing on the tractor? It's not applying the right amount.
That, and if the field's being purchased.
No, we've had this
recent. But no, sometimes it does that.
Okay.
It's not using any third at all. So.
All right, so we'll have to throw some on.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we'll have him come up to here, and then we'll just have him start going back and forth this way. It's gonna be easier. All right. That's not using any front. Okay. Looks like I'll have to get the other tractor and do the FERT. Right. Coming up here. We missed that spot, but I'm sure it'll get it eventually. Doing this freehand. And then we'll go back and forth. All right. Nope, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. And then we're going to do H. Okay, you're working now. Back it up, back it up, back it up. We'll come back and fix the spots that he messed up. Thank you so much for that, Paul. For those that are on YouTube, first of all, let me start off by saying tomorrow in the U.S. is Veterans Day. Day that we remember all that we lost serving for the country, which Technically, we should remember them every day, but tomorrow especially. Um, not only all that we lost, but all that served in the past. Thank you for your service. And Paul said, they shall grow not old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning we will remember them. Appreciate that, Paul. I hope that I didn't just assume that's what you were talking about, but I kind of got the gist. So that guy's going on. Aussie, are you over on YouTube?
Yep.
Thank you.
Get spammed.
Oh shoot, I didn't want to do that. I might have taken care of him. All right. So that guy's doing his thing. We are gonna go ahead and. Oh, okay. Okay. So if we, well, it's Monday there, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
11th of the 11th. That's our day for that.
Yeah. Okay, that's same here. Yeah, we're just a day behind. That's all. All right. Tab there. And harvester. Super speed again. Not the harvester, that's harvest. Let's go open this door because we're gonna regret not doing that later. Come on. Oh. There we go. We're gonna do this field right here. These two fields, 11 and 12. While we're at it, though, am I mistaken that these don't turn at 7 a.m.?
It's 4 a.m. if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, because these were on the final growth stage yesterday, and then I slept the night, and they're still on final growth stage.
Now that usually updates within like 5 minutes or so after sleeping, so if I was going to, I would have done it already.
All right. Well, we'll just get these two done. And yes, we have crop destruction off. For those that have been in the channel before, y'all know why we have crop destruction off. Because Surfing can't drive.
It's not just that. Sometimes we have lag accidents.
Yeah. Playing with people from all over the world. Enduro, you're new here. Uh-huh. Yeah, I thought you were the old pickle man, not new here. All right, go that way. Oh, I guess we're not attached to this yet. There we go. And then we want to go and hold it. Go there. Stop. And we're gonna drop. Let's get our butt on the field a little bit more. Don't think it. Oh, harvester needs unfolding. I'm not a farming newbie. I swear. What's this thing? I'm not a farming newbie. I just play one on TV. Or, in my case, the internet. There we go. I was watching somebody the other day. And somebody in chat asked what sorghum was. Which, okay. I can understand if you've not played Farm Sim before. But if I'm not mistaken, hasn't sorghum been in the game since 19? Or maybe even 17? So somebody's like, it's a crop. A cereal crop. Yeah, I kind of blew my mind. I don't know why, but it blew my mind that somebody didn't know what sorghum was. But with that being said, before I played the game, I had no clue what sorghum was. What most of the crops were. I mean, of course, I knew wheat, barley, sunflowers and stuff. Well, I didn't even know sunflowers were planted like you'd plant wheat and barley or corn. I didn't know much of anything about farming. Living in the city, growing up in the city. Maybe because my sisters owned horses, so we'd go in the country, or I would go in the country every once in a while. But yeah, I had no clue how big a harvester was or any of that stuff. So now it's funny, especially not only with Farm Sim, but with ATS. Going down the road and I hear a sound, I'm like, oh, that's a Jake brake. And I'm like, that there, before even seeing the emblem, I'm like, that's a Kenworth, that's a Peterbilt, that's a Volvo. Couldn't drive any one of these vehicles, be it farm vehicles or semi-trucks in real life. Even if I could legally drive. But it's so cool to see them in action. And for those people that say you can't learn anything, games can't be educational, simulation games can. No, stop. God darn it. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. I really want to do that either. We're just making a mess here of these fields. All right. How is Joe up there? 4x4 modding game. Oh, mudding game. Learn how to read. I think that's FS25, Jeffro. Not 22. You know what's funny? So, 22 came out, and all through 22, people were like, you know it'd be really cool? If Giant and the people that made SnowRunner Mudrunner would work together and make like your fields when it rained get muddy and the divots and get stuck and whatnot. Then they were all happy because of ground deformation. Granted, not the same thing. But now I'm hearing, well, we have ground deformation, but it would be cool if they'd work together so we can get stuck in the field. I'm like, would that be cool though? I mean, it happens IRL, yeah, I understand that. But in a game, there's only so much IRL stuff. Like, there's a limit to the IRL.
So, give it time. REA, it'll come.
Oh, I'm sure. Wasn't there a mod in 22, or isn't there a mod in 22 that makes
REA.
it so that, well, no, when it rains, puddles show up?
Oh, yes. Different group, but yes.
Okay. Same, Jeffro. I never get stuck either. Could be because well, I can't say we don't get much rain because when it rains here, it just pours. And sometimes you need 4-wheel drive just to go down the city road. But it could also be because I don't farm IRL. I'll never forget last week. Last Tuesday we were coming back. It was later at night, about 7:30ish. We got caught in a downpour. Where we were at is at the end of a driveway. It's got a little bit of an incline to it. The driveway also has a kind of slopes into a V, so the middle is the deepest part. So we had to walk up the driveway to get to our car. We did that. Got our everything. I mean, it was pouring down rain as it was, but then the amount of puddles and flooding that was going on. Our main thoroughfare had to have been about a foot of water. I mean, of course, because we have a 4-wheel drive vehicle, it didn't really affect us. But it was insane the amount of rain that was falling down. And then we heard thunder. And it was loud. I've experienced thunder here, thunder in California, and thunder in the Sierra Nevadas, Tahoe region. And I thought the most scariest thunder around was in the Sierra Nevada region. I mean, that when it starts thundering, it shakes the house. So I thought. First experience with thunder here, I literally thought somebody had ran into my wall back there. It shook the whole house. Ended up I'm thinking it wasn't just thunder. I'm thinking it might have been lightning too. Because we lost power for a couple minutes. But yeah, we hate thunder here. But the rains are just like, oh yeah, west side of the island's the dry side. You like the wet and the rain, you should go live on the east side of the island. This year that ain't the case. Up north might be dry. But the area that we live in, as soon as you get to the airport, it's like the faucet turns on, and it's not that it just turns on and trickles out. As soon as you get to the airport, it turns on and it just dumps. Then you get to the main village area, and it's raining, but it's usually not raining as hard as it is over by the airport. And then you get over more south, and then you start heading, I guess it would be southeast, and it's rained pretty hard. But there's pockets where you could be driving and all of a sudden nothing. Sun's out, ground's dry, not a raindrop in sight. It's the weirdest thing here. Where they say you wait 5 minutes or drive 5 miles and you'll get sunny weather. All right. I couldn't remember what got me talking about the weather. I read chat and it's we were talking about getting stuck. But going back to 25, the one thing that I'm going to be interested in seeing, and Aussie had mentioned this yesterday, with the ground deformation, if you were to drive over a swath, like say a straw swath or hay straw, yeah, any kind of a swath, does the ground deformation decrease the amount of that material that's on the ground? Or is it strictly visual only? It would be interesting to see there. Let's check in on this guy. He's got a long way to go.
It's a big field.
Yep. Oh, and here I am not paying attention. Is that the only cedar we have?
No.
I know we have the contract cedar.
I think we've only got 2.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Well, once we turn around here, we can look into the shop and see what we own. Oh, there. Stop. We're wobbling.
Coming in.
All right. see. So 12 is almost done, and then 11. Then maybe I'll go do 49. Or do we have any? We do. Have some harvest contracts, I think. There we go, incoming. Yeah, the one thing I'm looking forward to the least with 25, and again, once I get my hands on it and play it, I might change my mind. But I'm not looking forward to the fog. Simple reason being, hard for me to see as it is, and the fog, I think, will make it even worse. Well, I don't think. I know it will, because like when we're playing 7 Days to Die and it's foggy, I'm pretty much blind. So we'll see how it goes. I give it only a matter of time before a modder harnesses the power of the twisters to pick up vehicles. Which, I'm just going to put this out there. I feel like that was a really lost opportunity on Giants' part. I mean, how cool would that be to be farming on this field, looking over, and say, oh my god, Bob over there just got picked up by that tornado. I have to agree, Paul. I think that would be amazing. Alright, we're done here, correct? Correct. We got room.
Hopefully there's some GS command or whatnot that you can turn it off or scale it down.
Remind me off stream.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. This guy, let's get his line set up. Actually, we'll just do this one because he should be pretty similar to that other field if I set the lines up right on the other field. Alright. And then over here. I don't know if you can turn those off either. I can't remember what they said about those. I mean, the way I look at it, okay, Giant says no. But you know that there's going to be a modder, like the guy that did the advanced game settings. If there's a way to do it, you know it's going to be a toggle probably in the advanced game settings when that comes out. The thing that I'm curious about, and I haven't been paying close enough attention to know for sure. So, if you were to turtle, you were going to toggle off crop destruction. Do you also toggle off the ground deformation? Like, is that the same toggle?
I don't believe it can be turned off.
Okay. That would be interesting if you could toggle off one and it turns both of them off. That way. There we go. We're just gonna mow the road too. But I'm interested to see how, from what I've seen with at least the American map, there's pretty much roads around every single field. And one of the things I like to do, especially on a single size map like that, is to combine fields. So it'll be interesting to see if you combine a field, does the AI still go through it? Like if you combine it, take out a road and just combine that field, plow that field to make it those two fields into one. Will the AI traffic go through it? Of course, I would imagine you'd have to make sure that traffic doesn't go down that road first.
Chances are it probably still will.
Right. Especially, well, see, I don't know, because I don't know how they've done traffic.
Nor do I haven't looked at the code yet.
Right, because the fact that it can swerve and go around you, I don't think I can't say for sure, but if they were on splines, I don't think they'd be able to do that. At least in previous versions of Farm Sims, vehicles on splines like the traffic can only go on that spline.
Yeah.
So that would be cool, especially the boats. There is boat traffic. And I read that the boats, like the barge is automatic, the ferry thing is automatic. But if there's a boat in the way, the barge won't go until the boat gets out of its way. Again, that's just little things that I've heard that I honestly can't wait to look into and pick things apart. Little things like that. One thing I'm curious with, which for those of you that don't know, I'll spill the beans because it's not happening anymore. While back, probably beginning of the year, I was talking about working on a map, second map for 22. And I decided against it. But one of the reasons I decided against it is because there is a height limit. And the map was going to be based off of real-world terrain data from Hawaii Island, the big island as they call it. the island that I currently live on. Well, so much of the real world terrain data, like when you look at it, the volcanoes, some of them, appear above the clouds. And of course, they also go below water. Like we have, I want to say the world's biggest volcano or second biggest, one of the two here. When measured from top to the complete bottom of ocean floor level. And so when I put it in the editor, it literally, it did lower it down, but it chopped off the top part of the volcano. I'm like, well, that's not great. So I'm kind of hoping that they have done something to increase the terrain height. Because if they have, then okay, that's great. I can continue, or I can work on that idea. If they haven't, well, I have to either scale that down a bit. Although I think I scaled it down from 10 km to about 4 km because I was going to make it at the time I was going to make it a 4x map. And I only wanted it in the corner. So I'm like, okay, I'll scale it down, but it was still too tall for the engine. I'm sure somebody knows how to change the height level of the engine. But as I put it, that's above my pay grade. Which, considering I ain't getting paid at all, it's really above my pay grade. But the more I think, and I know I've said I'm not modding 22 or 25. I'm not making another map. It's one of those things we'll have to see. While it is fun, kind of, it also takes up a lot of time. And I'm the kind of person that I don't want to stop until it's done. So we'll see. I can say though that if I do any modding in 22 is old news. If I do any modding in 25, most likely you'll only be able to get it on stream if I decide to put it out. I've actually been thinking, because I'm not modding anymore. I've been thinking about archiving my stuff on Trello. I'll leave it up there. I mean, the links are going to be in my... Oh, I guess I should unfold this. The files are still going to be in my MediaFire, even if I remove them from Trello. So I might as well just create an archive FS22 archive category, and go that route. But as of right now, I won't be doing anything posting anything up there for 25. And I've heard from a few other modders that have said the same thing. Nothing public. Alright, we're gonna jump the ditch. Maybe. Maybe you can do it. Come on. You can do it. That's it. Now turn. There we go. Go down here, right there. Wait a second, yo. Oh. I'm just gonna say this. For all you on Twitch, y'all are, for lack of a better word. No, that's not the right word. But y'all may be trolls, but just judging by the couple of interactions I've had over on the other one, y'all are nothing. And that's all I'll say. See what I'm talking about, Aussie?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah.
If I'm banning him, how is he still typing in chat? All right.
So I'll say it's probably just a delay on the bottom.
No, but he had another account. Sorry about that, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and park the. Well, do we have any cereal crops? We've got baling. Do we want to do baling though?
It's nice cereal that's ready.
No cereal? Okay. Well, put this guy back. Oh, we need to go that shed. Right there. And this is why we opened the door before left. There. All right. So that guy's done. That guy is pretty much empty. How is this guy up here doing? All right.